All right, welcome to the official podcast, episode 8. My name is Blake. How's it going?
How's the fans out there? How they doing?
It says we have 22 viewers, or views.
I think that's my overall channel views.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, it makes it way worse.
Well, for all you Spotify listeners, we're watching ourselves on Twitch because we're live streaming this podcast.
Yeah, if you want to look it up
just because.
And hear us talk.
Yep, we want to look up our live stream right now, even though once you listen to this, we'll be done.
Yep, it says it's for mature audiences, so ask your parents' permission before going online and watching the Deep Thots podcast on Twitch. I guess it's not on the Deep Thots podcast Twitch channel. I don't think we even have one yet. It's on my Twitch channel.
Nope, not yet.
Yeah, I might as well just make one after this, probably, so we can stream on there instead. But it's on my Twitch channel, Zach or whatever.
Oh, your mic's cutting out a little bit.
Shit.
Gotcha. Yeah. So for all the listeners out there, we're still away from each other. We're not in the same room, so we may have some audio issues. But you know what they say.
We can do with the technology skills that we have, which is not so much.
From my laptop that I won in a hockey game. Didn't even buy it. It's a free shit laptop.
It took us like 2 hours last time just to figure out how to do this. I'm like, it's got to be easier than how we're making it because people do it all the time.
Yeah. Okay, first topic, Zach. Are you good with tech?
No, I'm not good with tech. I can barely edit this podcast, which requires like 20 minutes of editing at most.
Oh man, yeah, I took like a design class online, and it was just basically just all computers and just like the what's it called? Just I can't even fucking think right now. The trial or whatever, where it teaches you a bunch of stuff. Basically, like I did that stuff, and you had to do it for the class, and those took me like hours, and those ones take you like 20 minutes because it's literally just a step by step. It's from like a design class. I had to learn how to do like Photoshop and like video editing, and like it was just ridiculous how hard it was for me. I cannot comprehend that stuff. I want to be good at that stuff. I think it would be fun, but
it'd be a nice skill to have, especially for online stuff.
Monkey Mind just doesn't. Yeah, exactly. It'd be fun just to Photoshop, like, you know, memes and shit.
Make our own pictures.
Yeah, exactly. Make deep fakes.
Yeah, it was so sad, like how long it took me to get like a proper sized image for like our profile pic on certain things because like you have to have like
I wish we could design a profile picture.
Yeah, I mean our logo now is better than the first two that we had. Those are just god awful.
Yeah, that's true.
I was like, before we even put this on anything else, I want to make sure that we have like something presentable to like show to people.
Yeah, exactly. Now we got a nice fist to represent our hatred for the man.
Clearly, if you've listened to all episodes, you know about our
how much we hate the government.
Right.
I haven't done a BTQ in a while. I just realized that. Man,
when I was like looking back at like our descriptions, we always mention like a BTQ in all of them except like the last two. We haven't done one. I might have been last 3 actually. I don't even know.
I think it was just the last 2, because we were the one with like 5 of us, and then the last one where it was just us 2 again.
Yeah. We were so flustered about trying to get this thing to work that we didn't even think about topics.
I know, we should have thought of more topics for this one too. Oh man. But alright. Should we talk about how we met, Zach? Our origin story.
Oh yeah, that's gonna kill like 2 minutes.
Yeah, how this podcast came to fruition.
Yep.
I don't even remember the time we met. You just tell me how we met all the time.
I think it was like first grade, like a month and a half into the school year.
How did I approach you?
I think we were just hanging out on the swings.
Damn right.
Yeah.
I used to love the swings. The swings are the most underrated playground equipment. Man, I could just swing for hours. Yeah, top 10 equipment right now. Let's see our top 5.
Has Watch Mojo done one? They do a top 10 list on every single
They
thing.
probably have. Oh my gosh, dude.
They probably have a top 10 episodes of our podcast when we haven't even done top 10 yet.
Yeah, seriously.
When we haven't even done 10 episodes yet, they already have like a top 10 list and then another top 10 list for us.
Yeah, exactly. I need to think of another like thing I can rank, because like the Pixar thing, that was nice because I could just do like my little order of 5 and stuff, like to start the podcast.
Yeah,
and then
a nice like jumping off point.
Yeah, exactly. It just say, get the ball rolling. But now it's just like, hey, how's it going? Good. Okay, now what do we do?
That's all the topics I got.
Oh, I saw the movie Alpha yesterday.
Who's in that?
You know about Alpha? I don't know who's in it. It's basically about like the first domesticated dog. Have you seen the commercials for that?
I've not seen any commercials on it.
It's like from 20,000 years ago. The movie was not made 20,000 years ago, but the story apparently is just
I did see a commercial for it.
Yeah, and it's basically just like this kid who gets like stuck in the wild, but then he befriends a wolf, and then they domesticate him, and then the rest is history.
I just remember like nice little buffers. Watching that commercial, and I was like, "Wait, this thing's PG-13." I was like, "It looks like a Disney movie."
Yeah, well, I remember watching the preview, and like I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be good!" Like because I love dogs and stuff, and I'm just like, this will be pretty interesting. And I saw it, and it basically felt like it was like a school movie that should be playing at the IMAX. It was just like very little dialogue and just like a lot of just.
Like, was
really good cinematography, but no, there's no narration. It was just just him and a wolf, and like he didn't speak English because it was like back in like the caveman days, so he's just like speaking gibberish, and you have to like read the subtitles.
Oh yeah,
it's just it was weird. It's just like kind of boring, I guess.
Well, especially when you have to like spend the whole time reading, it kind of like distracts you from like the movie that's going on.
Yeah, but especially when it's a movie to where it's just like, okay, we're stuck in the wilderness, so it's just a movie about survival, and nothing crazy even really happens. Like they fight animals, but it's like, I don't know. It's like cool, like it's snowy outside, oh fun. Like you don't care about the characters and stuff. It's like I don't care if the freaking kid dies. It's like just actor.
Well, I was surprised, like, speaking of the IMAX, that they didn't actually show like more new movies in the IMAX. There's always like documentaries or like 6-year-old movies.
I do not understand that.
I'm like,
IMAX
wasted
is crazy.
Potential.
Yeah, seriously.
And now it's gone forever.
Man, can we talk about how unoriginal movies are these days?
Sure. Go on an old man rant.
I like how we started talking about how we met, and it was like, yeah, we swung on the Zoids. And we're just like, let's talk about movies.
Yeah, that's gonna contribute to a lot more discussion than that,
exactly.
than that topic.
But yeah, pretty much everything these days is basically just like a remake, or I don't know. Can we just talk about how Disney is making every movie that they made into live action now?
They're gonna have like a monopoly on the freaking movie industry, which I don't think anyone thought would be even possible.
Well, yeah, I mean that's gonna happen, but like they're making a live action Lion King, a live action fucking Mulan, live action Dumbo. It's just like, how many live action movies do they have to make before they realize that no one cares? Like we already have these movies.
A live action movie about how they made those live action movies.
Yeah, exactly. A live action documentary, but it's like filmed like a movie.
Yeah. Well, did you hear that they're coming out with their own streaming service? Disney is.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, so they're gonna like pull all their stuff off of like Netflix and whatever else it's on. It's like, great, that's another subscription that we're gonna have to have if you want to watch anything Disney.
I know, it's gonna be tough. I'm for sure gonna buy that too. I fucking love Disney.
You don't even know how much it is. Like, here's a blank check, right? Any subscription cost on it, I will pay it.
I'll pay it monthly. Just write anything you want on it. But did you see that Netflix is starting to put in like commercials and trailers in between episodes and stuff?
Oh yeah.
What kind of bullshit is that?
I mean, I barely even notice because usually I'm so used to like when you're scrolling through movies and they just automatically start playing like the trailer or like
I hate that. Off. Yeah.
Yeah, because then I have to like go to the search section, just leave it there just so I can have some peace and quiet for like a split second.
Yeah, Netflix needs to get their shit together. Or haven't they been in debt for like years now?
Yeah, because they spend so much money on shit, like on their originals and stuff.
Yeah, why do they make so many originals? Like 70% of them are just awful, and like the others are good, but like, man, I just don't get it.
They're making them all like pretty low budget because it costs a lot of money to like get the rights to something to keep it on like a streaming platform because they have to renew it a lot. That's why a lot of stuff always leaves like pretty passed off Netflix. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what their theory is that we'll just pump out a lot of low budget shit and hopefully some of it sticks and gets us some subscribers. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I guess it's true.
I don't even watch most of them though.
Yeah, neither do I. I watch like Stranger Things, but that's about it. And then
like the one high budget one.
Yeah, seriously. But then their newest one to like this one is everywhere. The one where it's like To All the Boys I've Ever Loved, that freaking movie that they made. Literally everywhere I look, people just can't stop talking about it, and I don't understand.
I haven't even heard of it.
I haven't. It's about this girl that she like has like a little lunchbox, and she wrote 5 letters to all the boys she ever loved, and like just confesses her feelings, and then somehow all the letters get out to the boys, and then some bullshit happens, and then all of a sudden one of the guys, they pretend a date, and then they fall for each other. It's just such a romantic high school love story.
It's like
and just
13 Reasons Why, except she doesn't kill herself.
Yeah, basically. But I don't
this
know.
Your letter.
Like everybody's just saying how great it is, but like, it just looks like just like a cliche freaking teenage love story. I don't know. I mean, I guess I should watch it before I judge it, but I'm judging it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Like the trailer thing does not really bother me that much. I don't know. It's just not the end of the world to me. I mean, it still sucks, but like whatever. I'm not even on Netflix that much anyway. Like most of the time I like illegally stream most of the stuff I watch.
Yeah, I need to get that. I don't really go on anything. I mostly just watch YouTube. I like only watch YouTube videos just because I don't know. Those are more entertaining in my mind. Can't really watch something for 30 minutes straight and I'll get bored, which makes me mad.
Well, yeah, and then if you've been on it enough, you have like 200 like subscriptions, so there's always something new constantly popping up in your feed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How do we get started? Oh yeah, movies. They never make anything new. It's all just remakes and.
I mean, the only reason they do that is because people will watch it. The reason that they don't do new movies is because they don't do well in the box office. That's why you only see sequels. But people always wonder why they always make them. But there's a reason. If you look at like the box office numbers, people just don't really care.
Yeah, it's true. I just don't understand why they don't remake like bad movies. Why do they have to remake good movies? Why can't they just do like a movie that had potential but just didn't really have the right direction and just remake that as something better?
It's not gonna sell.
Well, I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna love it.
Remake all the Disney Channel original movies for present day.
Oh my gosh, that would be incredible.
With the same actors.
Just all super fucking old.
Yeah, Frankie Muniz is like playing like a second grader. He's like 33.
In a wheelchair.
Yeah. I mean, he might be in one soon. The way his body's dealing with shit.
Yeah, maybe actually. I think it's so weird, like how we treat celebrities. Like I don't understand why. Like people are just like obsessed with people, like fucking Kardashians and stuff. I don't understand why people just like get into their lives and they just like every little thing they do they get like excited about or something.
I don't know, people like behind the scenes
don't know.
like dirt, and I don't know.
It's just weird. Like I don't know, the more like the older I get, the more I realize like they're just like regular people. It's just like no one's really above anybody else. Like it's just kind of weird.
Well, most of the time they don't even want the attention.
Well, yeah, exactly. I've seen so many clips of like paparazzi people just being fucking assholes, and like the celebrities just like, please just like get away and stuff. Yeah, gosh, paparazzi are just ridiculous. Like even like kids too. Like some of the kid actors in Stranger Things, they literally just like harass them in airports, and like they can't like be mean to the paparazzi because they just blow it up into proportion. Like
that's basically what TMZ is most of the time. Is just. You get a few like good interviews where like the person's nice, and then the other half it's just like they cut up shit to make them look bad just for clicks or whatever.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
I mean, who the fuck is watching TMZ in like 2018?
I don't know.
It's still on. If you go on like local channels, it's still on there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I always thought their setup was like super funny to where like they haven't discussed any of these clips. They're just showing them off.
I know.
Like I got something for you guys. I just found it on my computer. It's an interview with Odell Beckham Jr.
What you got, Scott? Let's see it. It's just so stupid. It's a charming dynamic.
Yeah, it's like this podcast. They just go ahead and to like a little conference room and just wing it and hope for the best.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like, all right, who's got videos? It's like, I don't know. I can go outside and look for someone. Oh
man, we really need to find some guests. We tried to get a guest, but he did not respond to me.
It left us on red.
Yeah, and I actually know this person. He went to my high school, so that really pisses me off. I thought we were friends. Oh man,
we could use the exposure.
Yeah, I know.
Our freaking last podcast gets like less than 10 views.
Oh,
I mean, I'm just gonna assume that the Spotify and Google Play versions have like 5,000 because we can't even see the stats on those because Spotify's retarded.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. I've re-listened to our podcast a lot. Like if I remember just bored, I just like put in my headphones and just listen to listen to myself talk.
Yeah, listening to your own thoughts isn't enough. You have to actually listen to yourself talk.
Exactly. I'm very egotistical in my life.
That sounds like a
just love listening to myself. I have a great voice, great personality. I'm just an all-around great guy, and I can't stop.
Great screen presence on this mic.
Yeah.
Great screen presence with this black screen that we're streaming.
Except the first couple episodes, I remember I'd like right after we record, I'd go home and I'd like listen to them right away, just to like oh, that was a good conversation. I want to listen to it again. Like I remember one night, like the first time I tried to like sleep while listening to it, and it like I couldn't fall asleep. I kept waking myself up because I just kept hearing my voice, and I was like, what is happening? And it was just like just eating my brain. Yeah. Oh man, it really fucked me up for a while.
I don't know. I'm kind of excited to where like we get to a bunch of episodes and we have like a really big backlog of episodes for like people to listen to.
I really liked their episode 6, whatever it was, when we had all the 5 of us. I thought that was a really good episode. Those are some fun stories.
Yeah, no, that was another one where we didn't really go in with any topics except like 2.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But like when you have more guests, it kind of helps to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I think David said like 5 words that whole podcast.
Oh my god!
Because I think I asked him like, "Do have any movies made you cry, David?" And he just said no. That was like the only thing he said.
You're just trying to show off.
Yeah.
I like how our only stories on the new podcast are just talking about the old podcast. Remember the good old days?
Yeah, remember the good old days. Remember when? Yeah. Remember when our old podcasts were original ideas, and we're not just like copying the old ones.
We're literally just like restating what other stuff that happened in our other podcasts. Hey, remember when this happened, fans? You could just go listen to it right now, but listen to this new one where we talk about it again and just analyze it.
This is like a Netflix advertisement, but for our podcast.
Oh man,
we're integrating the topics into our own life.
Oh man, it's weird too, because like, I mean, during the summer, like I usually hang out with you, like not just the podcast, but just like around like once or twice a week or so. Yeah. But now it's just like I don't even like talk to you until it gets to like Sunday now. Yeah. So it's like, oh shit, like, what have you been up to?
Like,
yeah. Hey, do you want to record today? Oh sure.
I like how this is like 3 weeks in a row of actually like a consistent schedule though.
I know. I like the schedule. It's gonna be nice.
Sunday nights work out well for me because I just don't work. Guaranteed day off for me.
Yeah.
I'm excited for fantasy football though. That's gonna be coming up soon.
Hell yeah! I guess we could talk about fantasy football.
Yeah.
I at first I didn't really want to talk about like sports and stuff on this podcast because I feel like if we can't just talk about sports for like a couple minutes. I feel like it has to be just like a full like.
You have to make like a rundown, podcast focused on it, like a radio show.
Yeah, exactly. Just a full on just like football podcast. So I was like, we should just do our other podcast with just like other stuff. Yeah. But hey, we're running out of ideas, so let's talk about football, Zach.
Yeah.
It's like this one a football podcast.
Well, I remember like the first year that we were gonna do a fantasy league, there was gonna be like a punishment for like the last place person, but then we just never ended up doing it.
I know. We need to do one though. I was so close today of buying a shirt that says I suck at fantasy football and has a little like unicorn and rainbow on it and stuff, and I was gonna buy it and then at the draft have Kyle, since he got last, have him wear it. And then next year, whoever else gets last, it's like a Masters where you just like pass the jacket. Like someone will just stand up in front of everybody, just take their shirt off, and then the other person will take their shirt off, and they'll just like swap shirts.
Sounds like a good old time.
I just want to see some shirtless
the original punishment gonna be like spraying your hair pink?
Yeah,
that seems like a bit extreme.
That's so expensive and stuff. Like we're not gonna actually do that. And like people have jobs. Like
no, and then like I remember you were discussing like a T-shirt, and you were gonna say like the person has to wear it at work, and I'm like, what? Like that's not gonna work. I have a uniform.
Oh, I said that. Oh, damn.
It might have been someone else, but it's someone in the league. Yeah. It's like, yeah, just wear it like around town and at work. like, how do you think jobs work? You can't just show up in a shirt that says I suck at fantasy football and like have dicks on it.
Hi, welcome to Taco Bell. Fucking dick shirt.
Welcome to Taco Bell. I suck at fantasy football.
I signed a contract. I have to say this to every customer.
Yeah, I think I read an article that this is like Matthew Berry's like last year doing this or something.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh my gosh, I'm sick of Matthew Berry. I like how you swung that in there so we can have that as our thumbnail.
Yeah, that's basically like the only reason I brought it up.
Yeah. Gosh, if you don't know who Matthew Berry is, he's a dickhead and he knows nothing about football. And I love it.
I know. I read like an article that he was typing up, or that he posted on ESPN that was like, "Fantasy football saved my life." He's like, "I was just
oh my gosh."
I was like, "That's like the most lame thing I've ever heard in my life."
That's so sad.
Yeah. The only thing keeping me going.
He's weird. Have you ever listened to like his podcast where it's like mature, I guess, where he like cusses? It's super uncomfortable.
Just
he
like
just
those
like
clips.
I don't know.
On the app.
Yeah, well, like that, like on the app, he has to be like professional. But like he has like a fantasy podcast with like Field Yates and stuff, and it's just super uncomfortable. And they like cuss and like they have this like casual banter, and he just seems just like a weird guy.
Yeah, I know. I get like a very like kind of creeper vibe off of him.
Yeah, his face is really pasty.
Well, there was that wasn't there that Me Too thing that came out like a year ago about him, or was that someone else?
I don't think Matthew Berry had a Me Too thing about him.
I am looking this up right now. I'm pretty sure.
I'll look it up.
He like sent a picture of like his junk to someone or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I want to see that leaked photo.
Maybe it's like I'll just search.
Oh yeah, John Butcher Cross, Matthew Berry named in complaint. Let's see how this goes. All right, everybody, we're gonna read this article for you. Oh man, let's see what it says.
I know this is the time where we can actually fact check.
Yeah, exactly. We both got our computers.
Oh no, it's okay. I see. It says no, this is someone else. It wasn't Matthew Berry. It says they're talking about John Bucci Gross.
Yeah, John Bucci Gross.
Yeah, and then
well, this one says the complaints against Berry involved Jen Sturger, who is probably best known for being the victim of the Brett Favre sexting scandal while working as a New York Jets sideline reporter. Sturger railed against the recent short-lived partnership between ESPN and Barstool Sports, which has a reputation for promoting a misogynistic culture.
Okay, I see. What the fuck is that? Berry, who was also auditioning for ESPN at the time, went on the strip club outing where he was photographed pointing at Sturger's breasts.
What's the?
And that was it, I think.
Oh my gosh.
That wasn't okay. I was thinking of the other guy then who sent shirtless pics and called her names and stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
But he just got mixed up in there. Matthew Berry mixed him up with sending dick pics.
All Matthew Berry did was just point out just a nice woman's breast.
I think we fact checked.
Yeah, seriously. All right, all the paparazzi and news reporters don't listen to the last 20 minutes. Yeah,
we already got enough flack. No, but I remember previously we were talking about like that Lazy Town guy that was like, did he die?
Oh, I was literally just about to bring it up. Yeah.
Yeah, then he just passed away like this last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks. That's the thing that sucks too about like is like actors like him that kind of play those like really silly roles, I guess, to where like everyone just sees him just as that like character and as like a real person.
Yeah,
I feel like that would suck.
Like one of the only roles that he did.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was pretty much Lazy Town, and that was his big break.
Yeah, damn.
How old was he? I think he was like 44 or something.
I'm not sure. He's, I think, decent age, I guess, but he's still too young.
I know it was like some weird cancer that I hadn't heard of the name of until like just when I read the article about him.
Yeah. That's another thing I guess we could, kind of talk about, to where it's just like this one show that I always watch. It's called The Buried Life. It was only on for like 2 seasons on MTV, but it's probably in like my top 5 favorite shows of all time. It's basically just about like these 4 like guy friends or whatever, and they made 100 things that they wanted to do before they die, and they basically got so they pitched this like MTV like their list and stuff, and they basically just like give them money, and they'd give them like the cameras and stuff to like travel the country and like try to cross stuff off their bucket list, and for everything they cross off, they like help a random stranger cross something off theirs. And like, man, it's super good, and like all of them are like really just like smart guys, and they're doing like pretty big stuff now. It's just weird to think about because like their opening scene for every episode is just like imagine if you only had like one day to live, like what would you do? Like, oh, would you tell that like person how you really feel? Would you like just go to like the Grand Canyon or something?
I'd kill myself so they don't get hurt.
Jeez, but it's just like, and then it's just like if you had like a whole lifetime of those days, like imagine the possibilities, and it's like, damn, that's right. But it's just like weird to think about how it's just like the potential that where you could really just do whatever you want like every day and just go crazy. But like a lot of people don't, just because they're just kind of like,
most people have jobs and responsibilities that they have to go to.
Well, yeah, but even just like,
just dig around
I don't know, after the job, just like go to like a park or something, or just like go do something like new. Yeah, but just like do something new. It's just like, I don't know, like I don't fucking know. It's like do a handstand, just do something crazy.
So did that show end like whenever they? Was it just because they crossed off all the stuff off their bucket list, or was it because it got canceled?
No. I think it got canceled. I mean, it's a really good show though. I have both the seasons on DVD and I always watch them here and there. But like they do some crazy shit. Like they sneak into like the Playboy Mansion for a party. They they crash a parade. Like they do a lot of like pretty big stuff. Like, and it's really weird because like all of it's just about like confidence. Like they sneak into like award shows and stuff like all the times. Like they snuck into the CMT award.
It's one of those things where like if you act like you're supposed to be there, then people will just assume that you're supposed to be there. Like if
exactly. Like literally all the time, they'll just have like literally just like a clipboard and like an earpiece, and they'll just walk up to like the red carpet and be like, "Hey, some of my crew guys like didn't get a pass. Like, do you guys have any extras?" And they'll just like give them free VIP passes, and they'll just go back and just give them to all the guys.
Great
like,
security,
okay, we're in.
Jesus Christ!
It's like holy shit. I know. Like, yeah, you do watch that stuff, and you're like, damn. Like these celebrities are kind of in danger if these guys were just psychos.
Yeah.
Because like for two of them, they had to ask out like the girl of their dreams, and one of them was like Megan Fox, and he actually got to like be a reporter and like ask out, or he just like got to like interview Megan Fox or whatever. And then another guy, they failed because he like panicked and didn't have enough time to ask her out because he was too busy just talking to her about random other shit. But another guy snuck into the CMT Awards and asked out Taylor Swift, and she said yes. So
did they air that episode where they actually went out?
No, they just they said private. The confirmation. Yeah, that's private. Too loud.
Did she write a song about him that they can't
Probably.
disclose? Well, it's funny because that the Buried Life show still posts on their Facebook page like every now and then.
Yeah, I follow them on Instagram too, and they always post like inspirational quotes and stuff.
I'm like, who is posting for that account? Like, I feel like it wouldn't be one of them, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably just have somebody just running through it because I saw one
left in the office of the Buried Life, just like posting on Facebook for him.
Just alone with like one little lamp on and just like in the dark, just like a full empty like office.
He has like a typewriter writing a memoir of his bucket list. He's like, one of these days we'll bring back the show, and then I'll be the star.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think 3 of the guys are actually they're like, I think they did like an update and they said 3 of the guys are in LA working on like a full documentary of like their journey and stuff and like what like their mission is and stuff, and then the 4th guy is like getting his master's degree in England or something. But yeah, it's super cool though.
Yeah, I just remember like one episode. I think they streaked in a soccer game or something.
Oh yeah,
not one of the episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's on my bucket list.
Well, when you were talking about what those guys are doing, I thought you were going to mention like, and one of those guys is like a drug addict and he's in rehab.
Oh jeez,
downhill.
No, they're all good guys. I like them. I want to be their friend. They'll be on the podcast.
That's on your bucket list. Sneaking into their house.
Yeah. Sniff their pillows.
Documentary.
Yeah.
Just pretend that you're making a documentary on their documentary and just go in for an interview.
Yeah, exactly. Just sneak into their stuff. Oh, how the tables have turned.
Did they say like what their movie's on right now, or I mean, is it just like behind the scenes of like how they got their show? Is that pretty much?
I think it's just like, I don't know, basically why they're doing it or whatever, and just like kind of their life goals, I guess. I don't fucking know.
That seems like a weird documentary. That sounds like a Kickstarter like project.
Well, I'm watching it.
This is my mission statement. If you donate like $50,000, I'll make a documentary on how I got this money.
Remember to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
For the buried
Donate
life.
to my Patreon. I have no tiers, but please just donate. I think that'd be like the hardest thing of making a Patreon is like just the tiers. I'm like, what would people actually want?
Yeah, I don't know. Huh.
Do like
Next
a bonus
week,
podcast.
next week I'll be back in town probably for the whole weekend. If you want to record a live action podcast, so it's not as shitty.
Record one during the fantasy football.
Yeah, during the draft. I was thinking about that, but that'd be fucking chaos.
Yeah, it was like, we got like some last minute notifications of people that might not be able to go. Or like people made plans.
I don't even
like
want to
2
talk
hours
about that
late.
shit.
And they're like, well, I guess we'll just cancel the whole draft.
We should be fine.
Yeah.
I'm so stressed about that shit.
I know last year I was watching the Mayweather fight, the McGregor and Mayweather. That was fun.
Yeah,
I got,
it was
a legal
fun.
stream of that.
Hell yeah.
And it was like perfectly HD. I was like, holy shit.
I know, it only froze like twice, and it was just for like 5 seconds, and it was just perfectly fine. It's like, damn.
I thought they would have been cracking down on that shit.
I was just waiting for someone to come through the front door and just bust us down. I was getting scared.
I mean, there's probably tons of houses streaming that they'd have to send out like every cop in America to bust down McGregor.
Nope, just us.
Streams. Well, it's funny because I pulled up a Mariners stream on like Reddit MLB streams, and like the quality on that was better than like the TV. So,
really?
Yeah. I was like,
yeah, you can
I should just stream it on there all the time.
Yeah, you can pull up any NFL game on Reddit. It's awesome. Like, I just realized that, or I figured out how to do it. It's like the easiest fucking thing. I did it. We probably should talk about this. We're gonna incriminate ourselves. But last year, I basically just started watching football games all the time. I just pull up just like, all right, you could like stream Red Zone for free, and fucking Red Zone is the best. Gosh, it's so exciting.
Well, it's funny because like when you're watching, it'll be like, "Thank you for purchasing NFL Sunday Ticket."
Yeah, it's like, you're welcome.
Supporting the cause.
Please take my money.
I was like, well, they're crazy to think that like everybody's gonna spend like $500 on the freaking Sunday Ticket when it's like one day a week you can actually watch the games. That's just
exactly.
Like,
and most likely you're not gonna watch. Like, you can't watch every game at the same time. You're gonna basically just gonna be watching your one team. That's how it's gonna be. So, and then it's extra for Red Zone.
Well, it's so stupid. Like, for the Mariners, it's like almost forcing people to legally stream, because the only way you can watch Mariners games is if you have cable and you have like the Root Sports channel, because if you do like the MLB TV streaming service, it blacks out like the local games, so you can only watch like you're not the teams that aren't close to you, and that's stupid. And they also have like an app, like the Root Sports app, to where you can like, if you have like a cable subscription or someone's cable subscription, you can like log in and like watch it on there. But they're only partnered with like DirecTV, and like that's it. So
gosh, that sounds fucking
so the
awful.
only way I can do it without like paying $150 a month is doing like Reddit streams. Well, it's like,
jeez,
you gotta have it more available to people if you want people to like pay to watch your shit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I feel like if they had it on like YouTube TV or like Hulu TV, more people would pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think the Mariners are going to make the playoffs?
I don't know. They're like 5 games out, and they have to like be amazing the rest of the year. It's going to be It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
They always get ups up, and then, well, of course, like in the most competitive division in baseball this year, which just makes it like 10 times harder.
Yeah. It's just a rough life being a Mariners fan. Yeah. I don't even fucking care anymore.
I know, I'm just like, just wake me up when they make the playoffs.
Yeah. I'm not even like a huge baseball fan anyways. Like, I don't really watch Mariners games, but like if they made the playoffs, I'd definitely watch.
You're bandwagon.
But I'm a fair weather fan.
I mean, the last time they made the playoffs, I was 3 years old, so that's that franchise is like.
Jeez. Gosh, that's so bad.
I know, they're one of like only 2 teams to not make a World Series appearance, at least.
That's ridiculous.
It's like them and the Washington Nationals. And they've only been around since like 2005.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Aren't the Mariners, don't they have like one of the best salary caps too? Or like
they're like top 10
money they can use?
Yeah, they're like top 10 on like their salary. And Oakland is like always like bottom 3 or last. And they always like do better overall as like a franchise.
It's because of Billy Bean. Tom Moneyball. Yep, Brad Pitt. He's taking that franchise to the next level. And don't forget Jonah Hill. He's back there.
Oh yeah, the guy that he was playing like the character, I guess he's like he's working with the Dodgers now or something. He's not with the A's anymore.
Oh, really? I know one of the guys that was like a part of the original Moneyball crew went to the Browns, and like he went there last year, and everyone's like, "Oh, are the Browns gonna be better now?" And then they went 0-16. So there's like, I guess it doesn't work for football.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a little bit different when there's a salary cap involved. Like MLB, there's no salary cap, so like the Yankees always have like $250 million to spend on players, and like Oakland A's are like
that's why I hate
million.
baseball.
I don't know. It's so stupid. They should definitely have a salary cap. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not like
doesn't
it's
make it fun to watch.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
Well, yeah, the Mariners are always gonna be bad. The Mariners could have fucking like $2 billion and they'll still lose.
Yeah, they could have like the AL All-Star team and they'd lose.
Yeah, probably. I feel like at this point it's just like a mindset of playing for the Mariners, and you just know they're bad. And I feel like we just need to change the fucking like culture there or something. Like that's how it is for like the Browns, but now they're actually doing a little bit to change the culture, drafting like Baker Mayfield and stuff.
Well, I feel like with the Browns,
I feel like the Mariners.
The Browns have changed a little bit in the last year. Now it's like the attitude is like, okay, let's be the people that change turn the franchise around.
Yeah,
like, that's like the other attitude, I think, and I think that's what like a lot of the Mariners players have too.
They're just not good enough.
No, I mean like they're good enough, but they always like certain players always underperform in like certain games, and it just screws up everything.
Like Cano gets fucking suspended for like the whole year.
Yeah, 80 games. He just got back, and he can't even play in the playoffs if they make it.
Yeah, they won't. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, who cares? Just delete the team.
Yeah, fuck it. Can we just move?
Yeah.
Can we just lose our Seattle team?
Yeah, can we?
I can't wait till we get a hockey
Oklahoma,
team.
And then they go to the finals like the next year, the World
Yeah,
Series.
seriously. Oh, man. I'm so excited for when we get our NHL team and NBA team back.
Yeah, I feel like NBA is supposed to be like a couple of years, right? Because they're planning on expanding the NBA in a couple of years to like 30. How many teams do they have? 30 or 32?
I think they only have 30 right now, so they probably expanded to 32.
Yeah, because I know I heard that the Supersonics like the first team in line if they start expanding. They're like Seattle's the first place to get them.
But I think it's like for sure for NHL that we're going to get a team soon, because NHL has 31 teams now since they got the Vegas Golden Knights last year. So I think Seattle's like for sure going to be the like next expansion team that they're going to do in a couple of years, because they're going to remodel Key Arena. Like they think they're already like in the middle of doing it. So once they do that, it'll be able to have like a hockey rink, and then we'll have an NHL team.
That's the big reason why the Supersonics moved, is because like they couldn't agree, like the government or whatever over there couldn't agree on like a plan to either build a new stadium or remodel the Key Arena.
Yeah, Key Arena's so shitty. I'm so glad they're renewing it.
I just think it's crazy that like a town like Seattle doesn't have like two of the major sport franchises.
Yeah, it is super weird. They need fucking Cleveland. They have everything.
I know. Are the Browns even like what's like the Browns attendance? Are they even like? Are they like?
It was so bad last year. Oh my gosh, I remember just like watching their games and like half the seats are just empty. It's like I would at least just go to the game just to see the other team. Like it's an NFL game. Like those are sick.
Well, I mean it's different if you actually live in the city. I mean, because we don't live near an NFL team, so it's kind of hard for us to actually go.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I think I heard that like during their 0-16 season or something, they were like last year they were selling tickets for like $10 each.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like how much are the Seahawks tickets going for? Aren't they usually like at least 100?
Yeah, it's around like 100, 120.
That's like for the worst seats.
Yeah, that's for the worst. It's like 200 if you actually want a good one.
Well, I've heard like sitting like way up there in CenturyLink is like horrible because you're slanted down and it almost feels like you're gonna fall out of your chair.
It's actually not that bad. I mean, I don't really mind being super far back. Like, yeah, you're not close to the players, but like you can see the field pretty good, and I don't know, it's pretty fun. As long as you're just like not in the corners, like the end zones, those kind of suck.
Oh yeah, that would. Just watching the jumbotron. It's like I'm watching just doing like a NFL stream on your phone, like you're doing a Reddit stream of like the game that you're at.
Yeah, seriously.
That was like that reminded me of like at Buffalo Wild Wings, so they had all those TVs on, and you pulled out your phone and Viking stream because they didn't have it on.
No, that's because they switched it because we were shitting on the Bengals. Like we were up like 35-0 or something. I don't know what it was. But we were just dominating. So freaking Sunday Ticket switched it to a different game. So I was like, damn it! I don't care how much we're winning by. I just want to watch the Vikings. So I got it on my phone, and then finally
the employees were looking at you like, "What the fuck?"
I know. There's like 50 TVs around me, and I'm just like on my little Android watching the Vikings game.
You like asked the employee. You didn't actually do this, but it's like you asked them, like, "Do you have a kickstand for like my phone?
Yeah.
Really little phone kickstand?"
Can I have like a tripod or something?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch the game here.
Yeah, that was so ridiculous.
I'm excited to watch the games. I'm probably gonna be driving back like every Sunday.
That'll be nice. Yeah, especially because I'll have every Sunday off this year. I can watch like all the games.
Yeah, we're gonna get like a big group at Buffalo Wild Wings. We could probably get like 6 to 8.
That's pretty solid.
Gonna be good.
It's always fun just like going through your phone, just like checking up on the scores every single time.
Yeah.
Except it sucks when you have like everyone playing on either Thursday or Monday, and it's just like Sunday you have hardly anybody playing.
Or you have like everybody playing in like the afternoon games. So like your morning games, you only have like 3 guys, and you're like, well, fuck.
Okay.
I have to root against the other guys.
Yeah. And then by that time, everyone's just gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That'll be pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Wasted a ton of money on gas, but it'll be worth it to see some good buddies.
You hyped for the Vikings? How do you think they're gonna do?
I think they're gonna be good. I don't know if our offense can just, be good, and our offensive line could, I don't know, just be decent. That's pretty much all we need. Because like, I don't know, what makes me mad is that like everyone's so just like paranoid that our offense like won't perform like to its full potential. Which I mean, like after I think a couple weeks, I think we'll be doing really well with. I mean, I hate that people don't think Kirk Cousins is an upgrade over Case Keenum. Like Kirk Cousins is a way better quarterback than Case Keenum.
Yeah,
last year, Case
so
Keenum. Yeah, last year Case Keenum played literally the best football he could possibly do for a whole season. Like that's literally the peak of what he could do. Like there's not really getting better, and he still didn't get us to a Super Bowl. And that's with all the weapons we have and like one of the best defenses in the league. So it's like obviously we're not going to keep him if his best won't get us to the Super Bowl. Like there's no point in just wasting more years. Well, yeah, but like I don't know. Now we get Dalvin Cook back, and now we get Kirk Cousins, who I think is at least a top 15 quarterback in the league. Just somebody that can actually
better be for being like the highest paid.
Yeah, and then I think the biggest thing that we got was John DeFilippo or whatever, our new offensive coordinator we got from the Eagles, and I think he's going to do really well because he really likes Kirk Cousins, and he was one of the biggest reasons why we went out and got him because he really likes his potential and stuff.
He likes that.
So, yeah. Yeah, he likes it. But yeah, which I think is stupid because like everyone's just talking about our offense, like, oh, I don't think their offense is good enough to win a Super Bowl. But it's just
that's fine.
Our it's like we don't need our offense to win us a Super Bowl. We just need our offense to score like 21 points a game. That's literally like pretty average to below average offense. Like that's really all they need to do because our defense only allows like 10 points.
How much were they averaging with Case Keenum?
Probably like maybe 24, I think was our average. Which I mean, like,
so you would probably need to do like more better than that. Then probably better than 24, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, we still went 13-3 in the regular season, and that was just with like Case Keenum as our starter. So if we can, have a better offense, then I don't know, put even more points on the board and take more pressure off of the defense.
It was so crazy to me that NFC Championship game was between Nick Foles and Case Keenum, who were both just shitty with the Rams, like the last year before.
It's so funny. It just shows how bad of a coach Jeff Fisher is.
Well, with Nick Foles, he's either like amazing or just complete garbage. Same with like Case Keenum.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it depends on the game.
Yeah, that's such a shitty game. Just once after Case Keenum threw that first pick and went back for a touchdown, I knew it was just going to be bad because like basically the whole season we were just like our offense just relies on not turning the ball over because like our defense can stop them if they have like if we just punt the ball and just play on field position, our defense can stop them every time. But like if we give them the ball like in our own like side of the field, like they're probably going to get at least a field goal, and like just those few points is like pretty crucial. So once he turned the ball over once, I was like, man, like this isn't looking good.
Well, yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy for like the Seahawks that Russell Wilson was like 90% of the offense, and they probably should have gone like at least 11-5 if they didn't have Blair Walsh.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. I mean, if they just had just like a decent offensive line, their offense would be so much better.
Well, I mean, even with just a better kicker last year, because Blair Walsh missed like 3 field goals in the Redskins game that they lost by like 1 touchdown, and then he missed like 3 other field goals that he needed to make in other games. Like he accounted for probably like 3 or 4 losses that year. It was ridiculous.
I still think the funniest thing, it was in one of the games, I don't know who they were playing, but like he missed like 1 or 2 field goals in the first half. So at halftime, like while the cheerleaders and stuff, while the halftime show was going, he like went out on the field by himself in front of all the fans, and he was just missing every kick. Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
I think they said he missed like 7 field goals in a row. And he was just out there without his helmet,
just literally in front of like a whole just full stands of like the home crowd, and like, oh my god, that's just so bad.
I don't know. It was like about him without his helmet on, just doing that was just funny in front of like 50,000 fans, just missing every single kick, and it was from like
he missed.
It was only from like 40.
He missed 6 out of 10. That's what it says.
Yeah, they're only.
I know it's only like a 40-yard field goal. Like this should be literally the easiest kicks. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna watch this. That's so fucking funny. Like, how do you? That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how like professional kickers. Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. I just don't understand how like professional kickers can miss that many field goals. I know it's all like mental and stuff, but it's like, I mean, you're kicking a ball for a living, and it's like I'm watching the video, but it's like you literally kick a ball for a living, and you can't kick it to the uprights. It's like you could practice this for hours and just nail it down. I don't know. I just don't understand it.
Well, and then they released John Ryan, and he's with the Buffalo Bills now with Steven Hauschka again.
Oh yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
What about Hauschka?
Yeah, he's a really good kicker.
Yeah.
Well, then they got Janikowski, who I hope is going to be okay, because he's like pretty old. Who knows? But I mean, he's looked good in the preseason so far, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah, he made like a 55-yarder in the last game.
Yeah. It's funny because he just looks so old.
I know. He's so big.
I know.
Freaking tank up.
He's a thick guy.
Okay, enough about sports. Let's talk about other stuff.
Like what? Like, what do you got on tap?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of BTQ.
I was gonna say like before we ended there, I was like I think the Seahawks are gonna be a pretty underrated team this year, just based on the way that their starters have played.
I'm excited to see how they do, because like they look good in the preseason. So
I mean, they haven't won a game.
Their first couple of games are pretty easy.
Like the only reason they've lost is because there's like no depth at quarterback. So if Russell Wilson goes down, it's over.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the next topic. I guess we could talk about this. I got some new posters in my room, and I found a Avatar: The Last Airbender poster, because WC has a big poster sale for the first week of every school year.
Yeah.
It's a buy 3 get 1 free, so I got 4 posters. It was awesome, and I got one with penguins on it.
Oh, nice.
But my Avatar one's pretty sick.
Nice. Yeah.
So,
well, and then you said you got those lights in your room, and I also ordered those, so those are coming in on Tuesday. It's like those 64 color lights. I think it's the same ones you have. That's gonna be awesome.
They're so sick. I freaking love it. Best purchase of my life.
Yeah,
but yeah, so have you ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, Zach?
I remember watching episodes here and there, but I never really got like too into it. I remember seeing the live action movie.
Gosh, that was awful. I think the show Avatar: The Last Airbender might be my favorite show of all time. Now that I think of it, like it's definitely in my top 5. We should not this episode, but the next one we should make like a top 10 TV shows or something list.
I think you're gonna say top 10 Avatar: The Last Airbender episodes.
Top 10 favorite characters, Zach. You better watch the whole series by next week.
What's his name? Appa.
And then we'll discuss. Yep. Appa the Flying Bison.
Appa's number 1, obviously.
Yeah. I actually have the full all 3 seasons on DVD set here in Pullman with me for Avatar.
I know my roommate Sean has like the whole series on DVD.
Yeah.
That could be your BTQ. Who would win between 1 Appa and like 5 Sasquatches?
Appa would shit on them for sure.
Literally, probably too, from the air.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, here's a sad story. I went to the gym today, and I think I left like an almost full pack of gum in my locker when I checked out. So, rip.
I thought that was going to be way sadder. I thought you were going to say someone died or something.
No, not at the gym today.
Did you hear about that, the shooting?
Yeah, I did.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I know, it's like, who... Well, I think I heard that the guy was like an actual competitor, too, and he like lost and then like started shooting people. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I'm like, I don't get how people can take like video games that seriously.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man.
What's the world we're living in?
Yeah, seriously.
Well, obviously Madden causes violence.
Yeah, definitely.
If Madden wasn't around, that wouldn't have happened.
Gosh, we probably shouldn't get into gun control and stuff on this podcast. We already talked about James Gunn last week. Yeah.
Yeah, talking about James Gunn. Let's talk about actual guns.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, we've been going for like 52 minutes. I think we could probably wrap it up.
I feel like this has been so uneventful. I'm sorry, listeners.
Talked about sports.
Oh, man.
You're gonna like the thumbnail, though. It's a dandy.
Yep. Yeah, right.
I'll have to do some editing on this one, though, for like the audio errors and stuff. I'll have to make sure it looks okay.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot, just a little bit at the beginning. But
yeah, hopefully it doesn't show up too bad.
Yeah, next week we'll do an in-person podcast probably, and we could probably get some guests on. Because nice. I think Tyler said that he'd be willing to come on, and Chase said he would come on, and then
really?
Yeah, and then Mason said that if Tyler comes on, he'll come on. So
gonna hit the whole fantasy squad in here. It's gonna be like let's get 12 plus a podcast out here. That'd just be anarchy.
Yeah,
everyone will still use the one mic though.
Yeah, one mic. We'll all huddle around a little.
You see like Kyle chairs in the background, just like yelling.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah. So stay tuned next week, and all right, this is episode 8. Tuning out.
Tuning out.
Yeah.
All right, we got to clap, right?
Yeah. All right. This is the end of the podcast. See you guys. It was fun. See you next week. Deep Thoughts Podcast.